my car. It don't look much, but I've been far.
Hello and welcome back to another Drive Time Sunday. Yeah, I hope we've all had a wonderful and pleasant week. It is absolutely glorious sunny day. I hope we've all had a good week. I especially have, as obviously it's half term, kids are all off school. That means Clara is at home, and also obviously the missus is off because she's a teacher, so she's got 2 glorious weeks off. Lucky for some, isn't it? Yeah, so what are we doing this week? Well, we did do another edition of Medal of Honor, and we did the mission Needle in a Haystack, which is basically fighting our way through sort of like, I think it's through Belgium, I think. Either Belgium or France, to get to a town where hopefully there will be an informant hidden somewhere. We've got to try and search the town. But that is the next part of the game. Thoroughly enjoying playing that at the minute. I have recently just got my PlayStation VR at home, so I'm going to be plugging that in, setting that hold up, and yeah, having a little go with that. I have not done it in years. And also, I have found a tutorial to hopefully be able to set up my PlayStation VR on the PC. So hopefully, I'll be able to use my VR headset to play some PC games like simulators and stuff without having to fork out for an additional headset, which would be ideal and very nice. But yeah, so this week on my days off, we had an absolutely wonderful time. If you didn't see on my stories and on my reels, and that is we had a lovely time in Leamington Spa. We were there for one night. We stayed in a quite nice hotel called the Woodland Grange. Yeah, very nice hotel. It is a very corporate and business hotel, as yeah, I did feel very out of place because I think everyone but us there were businessmen and women, business lady and women, and yeah, you could just tell that the entire hotel had been built and designed to be a corporate business, you know, events B&B for, you know, groups and businesses to obviously do corporate events and, you know, marketing things, and obviously to let their customers and clients stay overnight. But yeah, it was nice. Breakfast was very good, big selection of stuff, and yeah, really nice. On the first day, we had a little explore of Leamington Spa. Absolutely wonderful town. It's an old sort of like, I think it's basically like a little bit like Bath in that sort of like historic look. Beautiful old buildings. You know, it is an old spa town. So yeah, just absolutely gorgeous place. Thoroughly recommend having a day there if you ever want somewhere new to explore. And from Northamptonshire, it's only an hour away, so it's not very long at all. It's just south of Birmingham, so it's very nice. But yeah, and also, oh, happy Easter, by the way. Hope you got lots and lots of chocolate and Easter eggs. And I do hope the Easter bunny, I'm going to have to open the window. It is baking in here. I don't know if you can hear me with the wind noise, but we'll just have to go with it. But it's very hot today. And also my aircon don't work. So yeah, that's fun. But yes, Leamington Spa, very nice. And our main purpose of going there was also to see a new bookshop called the Spicy Librarian. Absolutely wonderful place. It's just newly opened. Fantastic selection of books, and it is called the Spicy Librarian because a lot of the books, well, I say a lot of, all of the books in the bookshop are either sort of like 18 plus, a little bit sexual, and a little bit naughty, as it is called the Spicy Librarian. But yeah, Amy thoroughly enjoyed herself, spent way too much money on books, and yeah, got a little mug as well. So yeah, she's happy. She's got tons of books. But yeah, that's that. Just such a lovely place to be. You know, even if you're not really interested in books and you just want a lovely place just to have a nice coffee and a cake and a catch up, just really, really nice. Just lovely, you know, nice ambient music sort of playing in the background. Just lovely, really, really nice. Thoroughly recommend. But also, the other main reason why we're in Leamington Spa, and that is we went to one of Jo Malone's, which is a perfume and fragrance brand. Went to one of their stores to do a wedding fragrance thing. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Me and Amy picked a couple of fragrances for our wedding day for us to obviously enjoy and spray on ourselves for the day. So you know, obviously it was a lot of money, but it will make the day very special and it will make us smell very nice. So yeah, all good stuff. But yeah, week's been good. Oh, so the main news this week is the NASA's launch of Artemus 2, which if you have, well, if you've been living under a space rock, or if you don't live on planet Earth, yeah, so basically it is a space rocket which was launched on Wednesday evening if you live in the UK, or I think it was around 6 o'clock US time. But yes, it is at the minute doing a 4-day trial of flying to the moon. It is orbiting, it is going around the moon to the dark side of the moon. So, and then it is coming all the way back to Earth. And that is going to be the furthest that man has ever been in a rocket. And also the first moon mission since 1971, I think, since Apollo 13. So this is a absolutely fantastic moment in British history. British history, in just world history, in humanity as well. Obviously they're not landing on the moon, not like Neil Armstrong did, but it's just remarkable and amazing that we're now at that time to be venturing to different planets. And obviously back in the old days they only just had enough fuel to get home. I imagine now, with how technology has now, you know, progressed, that it should be a very safe and hopefully eventful free trip for them. So I do wish all the astronauts best of luck, and also just, yeah, it's just incredible. They used the old booster rockets from the space shuttle on the main sort of like space rocket, and obviously they jettisoned off at you know, just like about 1 or 2 minutes into the flight, and then yeah, I'm still quite surprised that the space shuttle never took off, if you pardon the pun. Because you would think that the space shuttle would be quite a handy piece of kit right now, especially with how the world is, with, you know, wants to be renewable and everything. You know, the space shuttle was designed so that it is basically a spacecraft that goes up into space and comes back down and can be reused. Obviously this space shuttle, well, the space rocket can be reused, which is good. But the thing with the space shuttle is it had a loading bay where this shuttle that went up to space is just a small pod, basically. Which, you know, there isn't enough room really for all 4 of them, so you know, quite cramped conditions. But yeah, but the main objective of this mission is to obviously test that it works, to also test what it is like, obviously the flying to and from the moon, I'm guessing, but also I believe that is right, that it is a trial for future moon missions, and to also build a base on the moon, which would just be fantastic. It's like something that you think of in a video game. And then to hopefully get to Mars. That is the next objective, is to get to Mars. And yeah, I mean, there's some very exciting times. Probably not in my lifetime, but I'd like to think in Clara's, well, my daughter Clara, her lifetime, and also maybe her children's lifetime. That you never know, man might be able to travel and might even be able to live on the moon. Who knows? But yeah, some actual good news for once in the news. You know, the news has been very doom and gloom at the minute, especially with this ongoing war in Iran. I mean, I just heard on the news, well, I looked on my feed that apparently 3 US jets had been shot down by Russian air defense. So yeah, who knows what's going on in the world right now. But all we know is that there are 4 astronauts, which are probably the safest humans alive right now, being off the Earth. But yeah, have a good week. I'm off all next week, so yeah, for, you know, my daughter's birthday. So yeah, we'll plan on doing some stuff, and yeah, doing some bits and bobs. So yeah, we'll see you next time. See you next week.